Hello people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future cartoon and anime related videos. So before we get started, as of next week, both Harley Quinn and Tower of God, the season's going to be over with. So I need a new show to watch. I believe this coming Thursday, the 25th, there is some sort of Adventure Time BMO thing. If that sounds interesting to you, comment down below. It's probably something I'm going to review next. I'm going to need something else as well. Re:Zero Season 2 is coming out July 8th, so that is most likely going to get reviewed as well. So if you like both of those, you want to see reviews on both of those, you want me to do something else, comment down below, because I need some new stuff to review, because obviously I'm not going to have anything. I'm going to still keep trying to do the one-offs on Monday, where it's kind of like a random anime or cartoon related video, but I still need my reviews. Those are my bread and butter. What most of you are here for at this point in time. So let's get right into it without further ado. So today we are talking about Harley Quinn, Season 2, Episode 12, and as you can see by the thumbnail, because apparently every time I do something that is sex-related in Harley Quinn, I get a bunch of views, so we're going to throw some more clickbait at you there with them kissing. Or Harley's big old booty hanging out. That is still, to this day, my most watched Harley Quinn video, and I find that hilarious. Sex sells. It works, just so you know. And I thought that was kind of funny. But going forward with it, Dr. Psycho is controlling Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is pretty good, beating the crap out of the Justice League on her own. We learned that Clayface can do this like crazy grow up. Like literally he can just make himself like the size of a building. That would have came in so much use throughout the series, like so much use. Like, why did he not do that, like, anywhere at all at any point in time? Like, what the heck, man? Could have used that very well, and he just never used it. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why? He chose to turn himself into, like, a sorority girl and all these other random people, but God forbid he turns himself into a 50-foot-tall monster and just wrecks all of Harley's enemies. But at the end of the day, if you look at his personality, that's not the type of person he is, so I can kind of see it. Harley actually makes a joke about that as well. It's like, yeah, you had this power this entire time, you've never used it. We learned King Shark's deepest, kind of darkest secret, and to make a long story short, he ate his sibling. And normally, you would think, you know, whatever, King Shark was actually kind of a bully to his nerdy sibling. Maybe that's why he kind of did all the computer stuff and kind of became a nerd himself to kind of compensate for that. Not really sure what really happened there. We don't have a huge history of his paths, but we got his father, and they were basically playing. He was like, cut it out, that's your brother. And then he cut it open, and he was like, blood! You know, like we've seen him do before when he smells blood. And just goes crazy, as sharks do, from a biological standpoint. And he ate his brother. And fun fact, that actually does happen in the wild. Inside the mom, typically it's the fittest survive. Some sharks are cannibals, and they will eat one another if they have the ability to, if the other one is smaller than them, and they think it's going to be a decent, easy catch, food supplies-wise. And that was kind of messed up. We didn't really get to see Clayface's darkest secret. At the end of it, we are left on a cliffhanger with Dr. Psycho defeated, and basically what happens with that is he shows Kite Man and pretty much all of Gotham, Harley and Ivy going at it from Ivy's memory, as he looked into her memory and knew that basically Harley and Ivy were together, and that was like his last FU to them when he lost, because obviously Poison Ivy and Kite Man are set to get married the next day, whatever time that is, because the timeline's kind of weird, so probably next episode. But we're left with a cliffhanger with Kite Man watching the two of them have at it, like a couple of horny teenagers, and him just kind of standing there like, okay. So I feel like that is going to be, like, it's going to go one of two ways, probably. It's either going to be like, okay, it was a one-time thing, I'm not that worried about it, do you still love me, let's still get married? Or it's going to be like, I can't deal with this anymore, I'm breaking up with you. Or, I mean, I guess technically they could do like a poly thing in there, because I know they've done that in the comic books once or twice. So, you know, basically all three of them continue as a couple. because Ivy can't choose between Harley or Kite Man, and neither one of them. I can definitely see Kite Man not wanting to lose Ivy, and I can definitely see Harley not wanting to lose Ivy. Ivy being unable to choose because she deeply loves both of them. Obviously, she loves Harley more than Kite Man, from what we've seen, because of the magical Disney kiss that broke Dr. Psycho's control over her. We got to see Psy again, so Psy may come back and be kind of like the smart house type deal that we've seen before. His eyeballs was around. He downloaded his consciousness into the eyeball and helped Kite Man and Harley developed a basically anti-mind control device. That's how they ended up defeating Dr. Psycho. We got to see Darkseid. He was very angry, and he was like, okay, either give me a Harley Quinn's head or it's going to be your head. Harley Quinn obviously won. And he was like, oh, I'm very thankful you defeated Dr. Psycho. You proved you're even more worthy. And here you go. Here's a controller to control the armies, to control Earth. Harley was like, I don't even know if I'm a bad guy anymore at this point. And based on this season, she's basically been helpful to everybody. So she might be kind of like an anti-hero at this point, because she's still like kind of like a Deadpool type thing, where she still kind of does bad deeds because she's killing and murdering a bunch of people, but at the same time, she's doing good as well. So kind of like that anti-hero vibe is what I'm getting for her right now, similar to Deadpool. And Darkseid's like, well, I'm going to come back later and turn this place into like a parking lot or a trash dump, whatever he said. So they did set up, that kind of gives me a little bit of hope that there will be a season 3, because they could definitely have Darkseid come back, and it could be like Harley and her crew in the Justice League versus Darkseid. I could definitely see that happening in the foreseeable future. As of right now, unfortunately, still no notice of whether or not there's going to be a season 3. Come on, somebody grab it. Everybody's loving it right now. Everybody's thoroughly enjoying the show. Very highly rated. And we need that season 3. So if we can get a season 3, that would be great. Sign a petition. There's a petition. You know, somebody make me aware of it. I know I signed one at one point already. I cannot find the link because I was going to put it in the last episode, but I don't know where it went. So let's get season 3 happening. Let's continue this show and, you know, continue the beautiful masterpiece that it is, with all the blood, violence, sexuality, and all the things that you guys seem to love. And gals, because I know gals are watching this as well. But let's continue with this. We get to see the Justice League kind of get their butt kicked, but not massively. They were doing pretty good against King Shark and Clayface and Ivy, because it was initially just them versus Ivy, but then he brought in Clayface and King Shark, and they were having a little bit difficult time, but they were holding their own pretty well, as they do. It was actually, the Flash wasn't even there, which I was confused on why he wasn't helping at all. It was basically just Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman were the 3 that we got to see. So no Green Lantern, no Aquaman, no Flash. So I was confused. I was like, you know, there's more members, but I mean, obviously, maybe it's because they haven't really had a lot of screen time at this point. Those ones have already had some screen time. Obviously, Dr. Psycho calling Wonder Woman the C word. Superman was on there when Harley kidnapped Lois Lane at one point, and Batman's been a reoccurring person on the show, and it's good to see him back in action. It was also funny, he was like, yeah, let's not damage Wayne Tower. I don't know if my insurance covers myself destroying it, which it technically, no, it would not, because if you destroy your own property, your insurance doesn't cover. And I thought that was kind of one of the funny little adult jokes that they added in there to kind of move the story along, give you a little bit of a giggle in there. But, you know, like, not enough. Also, it was very hilarious when Dr. Psycho was trying to get Ivy to kill Harley, because that was kind of an epic battle there, too. Kite Man first trying to kiss her to get her to snap out of it, didn't work, and then Harley obviously kissing her, and it working. But when they started making out and kissing, and it actually woke Ivy up, Dr. Psycho was like, oh, bing bong, hello, Dr. Johnson at full stand. And I thought that was hilarious, because that might have distracted him just enough for either him to lose some control over Ivy and for her to regain her control of her own body, or for Harley, obviously, to put the earpiece in. So, I mean, it could have been a combination of, like, the love thing and Dr. Psycho losing control. That's kind of my guess. It was a combination of both as to why Poison Ivy was able to get herself back into her own mindset. The Justice League wanted to, because they got left in a funky place as well. The Justice League actually wanted to put Poison Ivy into the Dark Zone. Superman did, I should say. More basically, she's alive, but she's floating in space forever. And he was like, put me in there with her. And Harley's like, okay. And Ivy released her pheromones, and basically what that did is now Batman and Wonder Woman are kind of having at it, yet again, like two horny teenagers, and Superman was hitting on Harley pretty hard, so Superman might be going after Harley now, or there might be a giant three-way on the roof that they might lead to in the next episode, which I think that would be hilarious. I believe her pheromones also turn people into plants. So there is a good possibility they are all going to get turned into plants unless Poison Ivy reverses it. So I'm guessing that's something that's probably going to be addressed next episode as well. But that'll be definitely funny to see that how that whole situation plays out. Even after, we got to see the situation play out between Harley, Kite Man, and Ivy. Obviously, that's probably going to be the first thing that happens in the final episode of the season. Not sure where it's going to lay off. By the feel of it, is going to lay off, kind of end off in a place where, if God forbid we don't get another season, it'll be a fine ending. But there's enough there where there could definitely be a third season if they wanted there to be a third season. Obviously, they have Darkseid, where he could obviously come back at any point in time and be a massive problem for everybody. So that kind of, gives me a little bit of hope for a third season. But unfortunately, obviously, I can't guarantee anything because we just don't have the information right now. And that kind of sucks because I want a season 3. I know most of you want a season 3, so let's get it done. Maybe Netflix will take it up like they took up Final Space previously, and we will get that season 3 and get the ball rolling. So let's do it. Chop, chop. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.